Hello guys, this is Daryl Spears. I'm back with EliteConversations.com, and this is Business Unlimited with Daryl C. Spears, and I have again the great Dr. Johnny Parker from the Parker Group and the founder of Turn the Page. And I'm so excited because he has given us some great nuggets on how we can operate within ourselves and understand our story and our purpose in that story, and how we can use that to grow and build our business. So I appreciate all of the great nuggets and information that he's provided over the series for Business Unlimited. So thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
And I'm always intrigued, and I know now that people have seen your videos and they know the statement, you can't grow yourself.
You can't know yourself.
You can't know yourself, grow yourself by yourself.
Absolutely.
Expound on that just a little bit on why that's so important, and why it's so important for us to know our story before we even think about going into business.
Absolutely. And I got to say, Daryl, what Elite Conversations is doing, you are modeling that, because you're creating a platform for businesses to connect and network and to get their message out. So you can't. Isolation to isolate is a greenhouse for negativity to grow. So when you're in isolation, and so you need, I mean, it's just true in every realm of life. In sports, the person in sports always needs a teammate. Golf needs a caddy. Box needs a cornerman. Offensive line in football, box so the quarterback can get the pass off and the running back can score. So we just need that. Military, we understand that. You need a platoon, a battalion. So in every arena, this is true. And it's the way we created. God made us. And he says that it's not good for a man to be alone or a woman to be alone. So we need a team. Life is a sport. You need a team to win. So to know yourself, grow yourself by yourself, you can't do it. And so in business, we really do need other people. We need coaches. We need mentors. We need models. And so we need to have more of this connecting, collaborating mindset, and not competing and controlling mindset. And so that's how we all win, when we have that kind of mindset.
It is, and that's so important. And we talk about that a lot with EliteConversations.com, how important it is for you to build a community and have a marketplace where we can come together, share, collaborate, because it's so important. Like you said, we get so caught up in the weeds that we can't even see a lot of things that are coming our way. And it's important to have a coach. It's important to have a mentor, somebody in your life that knows your story. Because there's no use to having a coach or a mentor if they don't know your story.
And we need it's just wise. You need outside insight. Quick story. I didn't know I had glaucoma. I got diagnosed about a year and a half ago, and the doctor was in my space, was up close and intimate and in my space, and looking at my eyeball, front, back, sideways, in every way to get an accurate assessment. And I just thought about that. I said, my gosh, I needed someone with outside insight to give me information about myself that I didn't even know. And that's the beauty of, and that's the wisdom of being a part of a community, of a team who can give you outside insight, who can see the beauty of, and that's the wisdom of being a part of a community, of a team who can give you outside insight, who can say, hey, have you ever considered, hey, I know someone who can really help you with that. Hey, I'd like to introduce you. That's how this thing works, and it works wonderful when we apply it.
Wow, that's great information. And the thing with business owners too, and I guess it's like that in real life, but you have critical decisions you have to make all the time. You know, and sometimes you have to make that decision quickly, and it's how important is it to be able to bounce that off to someone in terms of making those critical decisions in business.
Yeah, absolutely. And research shows that. Research shows that we really do better in business and in life. 70% of our success happens as a result of being a part of a community, a team. So just having that, over 70% of your success is based on that. Just having that is going to be beneficial to you.
And real quick, and I won't hold you long, but in terms of turn the page as a business owner, we have to make those decisions, but we're faced with challenges all the time. When do we know when it's time to turn the page, and how should we approach that to figure out what those signals are when you know.
Yeah, great question. So less than 20% of Americans feel like they're flourishing in their life and in business. So they less than 20%. So they don't feel like they're flourishing from a spiritual perspective, which has an impact on our business. You lead from who you are, your soul, your heart. Physically, you have to have energy to do your business. Emotionally, you better have the right attitude and optimistic mindset to do your business. Relationships, we talked about that, having a team, and mentally. So, so in terms of turning the page, when business owners, small businesses, large organizations, and business and sport come to me, they're usually stuck in a bad story. They don't like their story. They're not fulfilled. They feel stuck. Many times when a coaching question, I'll ask a CEO, are you where you thought you'd be in your life, personal, professional life, and your business life? And typically their answer is no. I thought by now I'd be. That's especially true for CEOs in their 40s. There's a whole lot, we need to do a whole talk just around the CEO in his or her 40s, because that's a very, very pivotal chapter in the life of a person and in the CEO, and I've seen it many, many times in business and in pro sports, because I've worked with NFL teams and NBA players and professional athletes in that arena. So usually, Daryl, when they're not flourishing but they're languishing, they're stuck in this bad story. They're having a hard time having courageous conversations with other people. They're having a hard time looking at the bottom line and what's not happening on the return on investment. They're having a hard time balancing, I don't like the word balance, but managing and attending to their personal life as well as their professional life. They're stuck in a bad story. They really struggle with having those courageous conversations where they go and talk to people about trust is a big deal, because usually times they've helped to promote someone and that person betrays their trust. So all this emotional stuff we bring to business, and so when they begin to find, and when they're burning out, when they find themselves easily angered, when they find themselves the temptation to isolate, when they find themselves with these kind of rushing, when they find themselves with these kind of behaviors going on, it's usually an indication that they're stuck and they need to turn the page. And the way they turn the page is when they become what I call they take fearless ownership of their challenges. They're willing to tell the truth about what's going on. Quick business story where this happened. Wasn't a client, but I love Starbucks. I love their pumpkin spice latte. They ought to give me a discount for promoting that.
Right.
So, but Howard Schultz, some years ago, around 2007, 2008, he shut down about several, I don't know how many, hundreds of thousands, for 4 hours. He closed it at 5 o'clock. I remember because I was in one of them. They shut it at 5 o'clock and they ended. And what he had done, he put this video together where he had pulled in over 200 of managers, VPs from around the country and outside the country. And the concern was stock prices were falling, and Starbucks was in a challenging situation. They're facing a challenging situation. What I admired about that, he said, we're not doing this as well as we once did. He did what I call demanding bold truth, and that's when turning the page happens. He was very humble. He took ownership for what he needed to do, and he said, hey, we're not doing this as well as we once did. We need to get better at this customer service. We need to get better at our message and the basics of what Starbucks means and how it sells and how it serves its customers. That's an example of a person who turned the page. He recognized where the numbers were going and they weren't going, and the profits and the bottom line, where things were going in a negative way. He intervened. He took responsibility. He did something that was daring, because he knew that the competitors would come into that space. People challenged his thinking, said, Howard, let's not do that. We may lose, our competition will try to come into that space. But so that's an example from the business world where someone did that, demanded bold truth, turned the page when he looked at the story and when things were going negative, and now the story is a lot better for Starbucks.
Wow, that's important. Excellent. Well, we are talking with Dr. Johnny Parker of the Parker Group. Again, we appreciate those guys, and he is the founder of Turn the Page. Definitely. And before you go, Dr. Parker, just share a little bit about how people can get into the Turn the Page community
Yeah.
to use what you have and talk quickly about your book that's coming out and just share how people can really tap into this great movement.
Yeah, thank you. So you see, this is the workbook that Daryl has been showing up.
Yep.
So we have the book will be, the Turn the Page book will be out, and people will start promoting where you can get a pre-release and order it. We're setting things up even as I speak. And so I have a website, johnnyparker.com, Johnny with a Y, and there you can go and learn more about what we do and how we may be able to serve you in coaching, team building, and things like that. And so, yeah, we're very excited about the Turn the Page community because we're creating some new language, and we're calling people who embrace a turn the page mindset, we're calling them a page turner.
The page turner.
Yeah, okay. Which we have been saying in other videos, that a page turner does the common thing in an uncommon way, experiencing uncommon results. And that's what we want to help people in business and in life experience, that way in the mindset of a page turner. So for sure, look out for the book. And we're going to have a book, Daryl. We're going to have a coloring book because that's a hot craze right now. You go into a Michael's or a Walmart, you'll see that adult coloring books because it helps people process and begin to process difficulty in their life and begin to eliminate and reduce stress. So we're going to have the book, we're going to have a coloring book, we're going to have a journal, we're going to have t-shirts. With that saying, you hear me say all the time about that being a page turner or success is hard work, worth the work, do the work. So we have cool t-shirts like that. So we're just excited because we believe that this is what we're called to do. And create a movement. We want to create a movement of page turners in the culture, in business, in sport, in faith-based, with couples and families. And so we're very, very excited with the opportunities we have to bring the message.
Excellent. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this series. Again, this is Business Unlimited with Daryl C. Spears. Always remember, as Dr. Johnny Parker would say, you can't know yourself, grow yourself by yourself. Right. And one way to do that is to start to turn the page and be a part of the community. So we thank you for being a part of EliteConversations.com. Stay with us. Be in tune for upcoming series on Business Unlimited. So I am Daryl Spears, and this is Dr. Johnny Parker. We thank you for joining us. Thank you, sir.
EliteConversations.com. Elite Conversations.